Are you struggling with meeting your dog's activity needs in the heat of the summer? If so, keep watching, because today I have 5 fun summer activities that will keep your pup cool and entertained. I live in New Mexico and it gets very hot during the summer. In fact, the sun is usually so strong during the day that the ground is too hot for the dogs to walk on. So, over the years, we have come up with a bunch of tips and tricks to stay out of the heat and still fulfill the dog's needs. Today, I want to share 5 of my favorite summer games with you. For this first activity, I'm going to show you how to make some ice licks for your little dogs using just an ice cube tray that you likely already have around your home, as well as some dog-safe ingredients. This is one of my favorites to do with small dogs in the warm weather. Everything you need is already in your kitchen. If you really want to simplify this, you can just use water and chopped up veggies or fruit. You fill the ice cube tray with water and then drop the veggies or fruit in it and freeze them like this. You could also add some kibble to it as well. If you want to get really creative with this, you can add on ingredients such as goat's milk, pureed watermelon, or blended cucumber. Anything that is dog safe and your pup enjoys will make a great addition. The mixture shown here is applesauce, bone broth, water, cucumber, pureed watermelon, and goat milk. Once the trays are completely filled, put them in the freezer to set. When they are frozen, you can pop them out and offer them to your pup in a dish or on a plate. This minimizes the mess. But of course, the best place to offer them would be outside. You can see Seeker the Beagle enjoying these ice licks here. She likes to lick the cubes, which is great since licking is a calming exercise for our dogs. However, some dogs may be eager and enjoy crunching them up. This is perfectly fine too. You may just want to make them bigger next time, as it is really the licking part of the activity that we are aiming for. Any leftovers can be stored in a Tupperware or left in the ice cube tray in the freezer and popped out whenever you like. If you have a large dog, don't worry, because next up I have 2 ideas for large dog ice licks. For this first one, we will use a water balloon or standard balloon, whichever you have will work. First we have to stretch out the balloon and then stuff it with cut up dog-safe fruits and veggies to give our dog something to work out of the ice ball. It can be a bit tricky to fill the balloon. You can stretch it out and maybe inflate it a few times to be able to get the food bits in. I recommend also cutting the fruit and veggies into very small bits to make this easier. Once you have filled the balloon, put the end of the balloon over the faucet and fill it up with water to your desired size. Then simply tie the balloon closed and place it in the freezer to set. Once the balloon is fully frozen, remove it from the freezer and cut the balloon away from the ice. Make sure to rinse the ice ball before offering it to your dogs. Once it's been rinsed, you can give it to your pup in their water bowl as a fun way to keep the water cool. Our dogs love bopping for their ice ball, as well as trying to chew pieces off throughout the day. The next method I will show you is how to make an ice lick from a silicone cake mold. While a normal cake mold could be used, I find silicone works best for easily getting the ice lick out at the end. We have a bundt cake mold here that we set inside a larger bowl to help it hold its shape. I recommend doing this, especially if you plan on filling yours very full, so it will prevent spillage. Next, we will put dog-friendly treats inside the mold. I like to freeze mine in multiple layers to try and make them look pretty, but you can keep it as simple or fancy as you like. You can even just use water and a bit of bone broth and sprinkle in some kibble. While the easier versions won't look as appealing, your dog will love them all the same. For the first layer in this video, I used cranberry goat's milk. Then placed some strawberries in to make up my first layer before freezing. Once that was done, I added a layer of cucumber and spinach blended with some water and froze it again. Then I topped it up with a layer of pureed watermelon, bone broth and water and froze it once more. Once this is done, I take it out of the freezer and remove the baking mold from the bowl. I tip the mold onto a baking sheet or plate that I don't mind getting messy or possibly damaged by a dog. Once it's on the sheet, I can offer it to my pups to enjoy. You will definitely want to put it on a sheet or plate to reduce the mess, And also because it is likely that you will freeze and reuse this multiple times until your dog is done. Like I said, you can either make this a really simple one, or you can get as fancy and creative with it as you like. Our dogs love to lick the frozen cakes, and I hope yours do too. Playing in water and swimming obviously is a great way to cool down during the summer. However, quite a few dogs are actually afraid of getting into water. If you have a dog who is skeptical about water, here is a fun and easy training idea to get them more comfortable. To start, we will take a plastic kiddie pool and toss some treats into it. This way, we are luring our dog into the pool while the pool is still completely dry. This is really important. We start out with no water at all in the pool. Our dog first has to be comfortable in the empty pool before we can add water. Anytime our dog gets into the pool or interacts with the pool, we mark and reward it. Once our dogs get very good at this step, and depending on your dog's confidence level, it may take a few sessions, we add a tiny bit of water to the pool. If your dog is extra hesitant around water, you may even need to just start by laying a wet towel in the pool and slowly work your way up to actual water. You should put in less than an inch to start. The key to this is going slow, so please do not rush the progression, especially if your dog has ever been unsure around water before. The idea behind this is that the dog can get comfortable at their pace and create new positive associations. As your dog is feeling comfortable, you can gradually add more water so that it covers more and more of their legs. It will be really useful to have a dog who enjoys the wading pool in the summer, as it's such an easy and fun way to cool them off. It can also serve as a prerequisite to teaching them to swim. Please remember to go slowly with this. It's really important that we create lasting positive associations. And once your dog is comfortable in the wading pool, we can get to our final game. For this activity, we're going to make a doggy bopping for apples game using some water, treats, and a kiddie pool. We will need treats that float. Many freeze-dried dog treats easily float on water and make a great option for this. But regular kibble also will float. Your dog is already comfortable with water in the kiddie pool from our previous game. So now we just start tossing treats in the water for them to start trying to grab out of the pool. Start out with only 1 or 2 treats at a time, especially if your pup can't figure it out right away, so that you do not overwhelm them. Once they get the hang of it, you can start tossing more treats in it. For smaller dogs, you may even be able to do this indoors in a large mixing bowl or Tupperware. Also, you can reuse the dog ice licks that we made in our first activity and float these in the water for your dog to search for. Some dogs might even play this with regular ice. I know firsthand how hard it can be to keep our dogs cool and entertained in the heat of the summer. But if we are creative, we can offer them a wide variety of novel and enriching activities. If you give the ideas from this video a go, I would love to hear how your dog likes them. And now, I wish you happy training and stay cool!